Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like no matter where you are or who you're with, there's a part of you that feels disconnected, unseen, or even misunderstood. It's a feeling that can creep in quietly, making you question whether you belong and if you truly have a place. Sometimes it's easy to think that if we just found the right people or the right environment, that ache would disappear. But what if the belonging we're searching for isn't something we find out there, outside ourselves? What if true belonging begins when we learn to belong to ourselves? Belonging to yourself doesn't mean shutting others out or walking through life alone. It's about being rooted in your own truth. It's about knowing who you are, embracing all the messy, imperfect, and beautiful parts of yourself, and standing firmly in that space, even when the world around you feels uncertain. When you belong to yourself, you're no longer looking for approval or changing yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, you're moving through life with a quiet confidence that says, this is who I am, and I'm okay with that. But belonging to yourself isn't something that just happens. It's a process, a practice. It starts with getting curious about who you are beneath all the roles you play and the expectations you've absorbed. What do you really value? What brings you joy? What feels like home to you? These aren't always easy questions to answer, and sometimes sitting with them can feel uncomfortable. But the more we explore these questions, the more we uncover the person we were before the world told us who we should be or ought to be. Part of belonging to yourself means accepting your story, the good, the painful, and everything in between. We all carry stories that shape how we see ourselves and the world around us. Some of those stories empower us, while others keep us small. But when we acknowledge and accept our stories, we take away their power to define us. We begin to see them as part of who we are, not all of who we are. And in doing so, we create space for growth and transformation. Setting boundaries is another way we learn to belong to ourselves. Boundaries aren't about building walls to keep people out. They're about creating space where we can thrive. When we set boundaries, we are saying, this is what I need to feel safe, valued, and whole. We stop saying yes to things that drain us and start honouring what we need to feel aligned. Because without boundaries, we become invisible. Boundaries protect our energy and allow us to be fully present in the spaces and relationships that most matter. And then there's self-compassion. This is where so many of us get stuck. We're often harder on ourselves than we would ever be on someone else. We criticize, we judge, and we hold ourselves to impossible standards. But belonging to yourself means offering yourself the same kindness and grace you extend to others. It means recognizing that you are human, that you will make mistakes, and that your worth is not tied to your performance. When we practice self-compassion, we give ourselves permission to be imperfect and still be worthy of love and belonging. Listening to your inner voice is also essential in a world full of noise, opinions, expectations, and distractions. Our inner voice can get drowned out, but that voice is the very compass that guides us towards what's true for us. It's the quiet whisper that nudges us towards the people, places, and experiences that align with our values and our beliefs. Learning to trust that voice takes practice, but the more we listen, the stronger it becomes. And the irony is that when we finally belong to ourselves, we become more capable of forming authentic connections with others. We no longer enter relationships seeking to fill a void or prove our worth. Instead, we come as whole, authentic beings, ready to give and receive love without losing ourselves in the process. When we show up fully as we are, we naturally attract people and environments where we feel truly seen and accepted. If you're feeling disconnected, if you're longing for a sense of belonging, start by turning inward. Ask yourself, where am I not showing up fully for myself? What parts of me am I hiding to fit in? The answers may not come immediately, and that's okay. This journey is not about arriving at a destination. It's about building a relationship, an ongoing relationship with yourself that is rooted in acceptance, compassion, and authenticity. As you learn to belong to yourself, you'll notice something shift. The world may not change, but your experience of your world will. You will feel more grounded, more at peace, and more connected. Not because you've finally found where you belong, but because you've created that belonging within. And when you do that, everything else starts to fall into place. If you'd struggled with belonging and you'd like help with this, visit my website and book a free discovery call. And let's see what's possible.